All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to another League of Legends Uplays. This one is called the Real Duo with Gigi, and it's definitely got a lot of hits on the clgaming.net website. So I'm pretty excited to bring you guys this matchup here. Let's give you a quick rundown of both of the teams here as things are getting underway. As we have Big Fat LP, which is Gigi, playing a Veigar, Double Rift on Blitzcrank. Gada is playing Tarek, Celeste Jr. on Warwick, and Satoshi rocking out the AD carry as Ezreal. And for the blue team, we have Chaos on Ashe, Makako Tabe, I hope I said that right, on Cho'Gath, Nubler rocking out the All-Star, Reggie 3K on Zillion, and Dark Cloud V going to be our sad mummy today. And thank God I am over this cold. I am so happy to come back and actually be able to cast and have a voice and not have to cough and hack my lungs out in between stuff. So I'm really stoked to be doing this for you guys this evening, and I hope you enjoy it. So some early pings here. These guys are debating if they want to try to either gank the blue or defend their blue. So they're trying to figure out exactly what's going on. So a little roundabout on some starting items here, as we have Veigar picking up the Meki pendants and some health potions. Blitzcrank with the Sapphire Crystal and some health potions as well. Igata's going with the Doran's Ring. On Warwick, we're seeing the Longsword and some health pots, and Ezreal's got the Doran's Blade. And now for the blue team here, Chaos with some boots and some health potions, quite commonly seen in middle now. Cho'Gath using the Doran's Ring. Nubler with the boots and some health pots as well here. Another Doran's Ring that we're going to be seeing on Alistar. And their jungler, Amumu, going to rock out the cloth armor and some health potions. So that's a little bit about what items are going on here. And we're waiting for these guys. It looks like they're beginning to poke and kind of scout out the bushes here, trying to keep themselves from any kind of a gank. So let's talk a little bit about my guesstimate for lanes, which sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. So seeing how this is Gigi, I'm going to probably guess that he's going to possibly rock out middle with Veigar as he's positioned here. Ezreal going to be the solo at the top lane, Tarek Blitzcrank at the bottom. For the opposing team here, we're going to see Chaos as Ashe in middle. Cho'Gath at top, and then we'll probably see Zillion Alistar rocking out the bottom lane. And of course, Amumu going to be in the jungle for those folks there. So we have a nice little Blitzcrank skin here with those little boxing gloves on, Mike Tyson style. And then we have Tarek, normal Tarek, not oh hey Tarek. This is just normal Tarek. So we got Veigar and so we're going to see Gigi and Chaos going at it in the middle lane here. So this is going to be a really good lane to keep an eye on and see exactly how they're doing here. Except neither one of these guys are the ones recording it, so we're not going to get a chance to see actually what the health is going to be at there until we get somebody that scrolls over it. And basically not a whole lot of damage that's going to be done here at the bottom. We do see Zillion's going to be able to do a little bit of harass on these guys here because he's ranged, and with those time bombs, it's all going to benefit him up there. And we'll see exactly what's going to happen with Ezreal and Cho'Gath up at the top lane. So I'll make sure I keep you guys updated throughout this on any kind of what the CS is going to be like and what's happening there. We probably won't see a lot of action as we do see him being clairvoyant, though. CV going down onto the wolves right there, so Ezreal was there. And Blitzcrank calling out here, level 2, we are going to kill Zillion. Tarek's like, okay, that's cool, bro, I got you. Oh, hi! So these guys at level 2 yet? Zillion dropping a bomb onto Tarek here, and looking to see him losing some health. And I believe Double Lift is actually the person that's doing this, so this is one of the better lanes to watch, so we can keep a lot of updated stuff there. And looks like Ezreal being executed. So these guys now beginning to go after Zillion. We see a stun. Alistar with the knock-up here going to prevent them from doing anything. Zillion rotating around the side, trying to hit in and out of these bushes here. And Blitzcrank just kind of beating away at him. This is a really easy lane for these guys to sustain, Zillion and Alistar. Just because, you know, it's Tarek and Blitzcrank, but it's not a whole lot of burst damage. It's not like you've got a Scion or a Poppy in that lane that's really going to push some stuff out. And both lanes do have some pretty consistent heals. So these guys are trying to position themselves at the tower. We're going to see the good old pull back and stun Rooney at the tower and watch you die. And looks like I have disconnected from vent. That's what that loud noise there was. Hopefully nothing else was giving me problems. I don't think there's going to be any problems with the other stuff, but I guess that's all good here. I didn't hear anything else disconnect, so I guess my internet's still up. So if you hear me pop back into vent in a minute, I do apologize for that. I just don't want to start this over again. So we're seeing a lot of harass by both of these guys in the middle lane. 4 minutes and 30 seconds into the game, just so you get a good idea of what CS is at. GG's at 12 right now. KX is at 18. So a little bit of an advantage here to the middle. And now we're seeing Ezreal caught by Amumu here, and Ezreal is going to, obviously, this is very easy to see what exactly what's going to happen. Kite around, when you get into trouble, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to flash up and over, but I did get stunned, and oh no, looks like he does die. Oh my gosh, I thought he was just going to be able to flash over there, but he gets stunned by Amumu, and that's holding him on there. He wasn't able to flash, and then I'm back in vent. Wasn't able to flash over there, and that's exactly what happened, as he does die. And then finally, I'm sorry, I'm missing it down here, is we do see Tarek finally getting the kill on Zillion there at the bottom, but not before Ezreal went down there. Clairvoyance going off into the woods here, trying to pick out if there are any of these spawns. Over here, they're now deciding to target Alistar, attempting to go after Alistar. Alistar does get stunned here. You see how Tarek positions himself in front here? What you want to do is oh, we're seeing a pullback from Blitz, but there's not going to be enough mana to do anything. Will they be able to finish it up? Yes, it is over! And down he goes there. He does finally get that kill. Great pull there by him as he gets to escape. I didn't think Tarek was going to have enough mana to do anything, but that shatter comes out and we just see a lot of damage. And he grabs it there. Now Igata is backing. Heading back to the base to buy up some items. But the way that you've seen that fight there, one thing to pay attention to is how after the stun, you've seen Tarek move around. So he was like right here, and then Tarek moves around to the front of the guy over here to position him from running back so you can block him because of the hitboxes. So something that you see not a lot of people do. So hopefully that's a little tip for you. I remember the first time that I learned how to do that years ago in Dota when I was playing the Slithering Guard. And I was like, well, what the heck? What's going on here? And then finally somebody good played against me, and they were like, they stunned me and got in front of me and hit, and you get about three additional hits before they can get around you, and you can even just kind of hit, move, stay with them and keep hitting them the whole way. So that's just my little tip for you today there, and I'm sure we'll see a little bit more of the action here at the bottom lane with the Tarek stuns and how he just repositions himself there. So again, we're going to take a quick peek back here to CS. I'm going to kind of pause this every time that if I can remember to, every time that I go to CS. So 24 out of Warwick leading this team right now. Only 21 out of Vagar, who's now pretty well lost to KX in middle. KX already at 40, so he's almost doubled that up there. That's just kind of an idea for you there on what's going on. So we'll go ahead and start this back up. We're seeing Zillion begin to place his wards at Dragon because it's 6 minutes 30 seconds in. Excuse me, it is about that time. Blitzcrank positioning himself here at the top lane as he's going to rotate around here. I don't know. Yes, Shogath does have this warded, so he's going to back out here. Ezreal trying to poke in on him there as you've seen him flash up there and knock him out with his Q spell. But Blitz, knowing that that's warded, is now out of there. Middle lanes also has left middle lane, and they're beginning to migrate up into this area here. And Blitzcrank may run into him, may not. Warwick's saying that he's almost 6, so they're going to be going for a gank. And what's really odd is we have two people down here getting experience that really don't need it. So we're seeing Tarek and Zillion both just holding lanes here. Usually you're like, well, let's put somebody else here and let's do that. So you may have wanted to put Blitzcrank here and let Tarek roam a little bit more. But I guess when you really look at it, Alistar and Zillion are both champions that, really don't need a whole bunch of farm. Zillion a little more than Alistar, but... A&W cream soda is delicious, by the way, if you didn't know that. So Alistar's kind of hiding up in this area, and what we're going to see him do is roam a little bit now. He's going to kind of leave his post down here, and he's going to begin to roam and try to get some successful ganks here to allow middle to dominate even more than what he is. So, I mean, yes, he's winning in CS right now, but GG is winning in level. Finally, some action going on in top lane. There's Alistar's coming in with the Mumu for the gank. A Mumu ult off onto Ezreal. Cho'Gath was there also, and those guys are just going to take that Ezreal down. So is this the second time Ez has died? Third? Oh my gosh, third time Ez has died. Oh wow. Yeah, Ezreal 0-3-0 right now. The only deaths that the purple team has had have came from him. So the score being 2-2, and we're seeing this here from is Ez died to a tower earlier. in the game as he tried to dive it against Cho'Gath. And now Cho'Gath being at level 7, it looks like he's got 1 feast, but he's, already pushed over here at the tower. Clairvoyance going towards the bottom lane. I don't know if Blitz was going to try to maybe position himself for a pull. Who's rocking CV on their team? I'm guessing Tarek. So Tarek and Zill both with the Clairvoyances there. Ez now coming towards the top as he's coming after Cho'Gath, but he's going to come back up here and just farm. He's not going to, at this point, no matter what he does, it's going to really be tough to beat that Cho around. Warwick now positioned in middle. We do see a stun out from GG. Warwick coming in and busting out his ultimate there, and now we're seeing all that burst coming from GG onto him as well. So that's going to be Celeste Jr. picking up the kill for that one. But him holding him in place, he definitely was able to eat that black hole and the Q spell from Veigar, and that just drops him. Not much you can do there with that. So Amumu is going to come back up here and he's going to gather this middle farm. So you never really want to leave a lane unattended. If you're jungling and one of your lanes die, come back up there and gather that EXP and at least not let it go to waste. Even if you've got a buff. You can see him up here covering this with blue buff. This is going to prevent unnecessary tower damage, stuff like that. But I don't want to miss all this stuff at bottom lane as we're seeing a Zillion ult now going on to Alistar. Alistar trying to, looks like he's going to run away from this. These guys immediately just stopped attacking him after that had happened. And now looks like they're going to begin to push up into this lane. Amumu we're seeing coming into the jungle there. He does get CV'd, so they know that he's there. Ashe still has not came through there, so I wouldn't be surprised if we've seen an Ashe arrow heading towards the bottom lane here that's going to allow these guys to basically just push this back. Okay, nope, Ashe now back to middle lane. Next stun we kill. Inni. It says Inni. There we go. We see a stun from him there. Blitzcrank with the knockup, and we're seeing the Blitzcrank damage. Alistar being pushed forward here with Zillion stuff. And then we see a headbutt back onto Tarek. Tarek going back into tower range. Pull from... attempted pull from Blitzcrank. That looked pretty close to me. But we've seen that headbutt trying to push him back into the tower, but nothing to really hold him there. Alistar now going back, and looks like we've got some pings going on into the woods here, but, Amumu could be there. Yep, and that's where he is. CV going out, and that's going to spot Amumu right here in the bushes, so he's not going to want to commit himself into this fight. He's actually moving away to make sure that it doesn't get pulled by Blitzcrank and be pushed out of position. So, Chaox now, he does have the Brutalizer early. Great starting item, also with his Dorn's Blade Boots and a health potion. For GG's picked up that Cage's Lucky Pick, so that's going to give him some gold sustainability throughout the beginning part of this game. Also a little bit of extra AP. This is going to be built to one of his core items, which is Deathfire Grasp. I don't know, if you play Dota, I always consider Veigar kind of like the Lina of Dota, pretty much. Veigar just got so much burst in this game that he can just insta-kill nearly everybody just in those few skills that he puts out. So, if you're familiar with Dota, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about that. I can be wrong about a lot of stuff, but that's kind of what I look at there. So let's head to top lane. Top lane, Ezreal's been struggling really bad. Picks up a second Dorn's Blade. It's going to help him get a little bit more survivability, I think is the key thing of that. Also, that extra damage and life steal may come in handy, but you just got to really be careful and not die anymore. To come back up, and we're seeing the stun from Veigar there, and immediately we're going to see Warwick come right in here, and this puts Alistar in a bad situation. Follow-up stun from Tarek, and Alistar does go down. Alt Ashe coming through, or Ashe Alt coming through middle, and that's going to hit, I believe that hit the Warwick there. And now we see Amumu trying, it looks like they dropped the pink ward down, and they're attempting to take down this other ward. Tarek trying to defend it here. We're waiting for Ashe to see if he gets a chance to move on this. He hasn't yet rotated. Zillion coming from the bottom lane there. He's rotated up to kind of assist. And these guys are going to possibly go after this dragon. And yeah, the four of them have gathered up together to go after Dragon. We do have Zillion here. Amumu's positioned up here. Ashe now coming from the middle lane. And Cho'Gath here as well. So Cho'Gath's going to toss that silence out on Tarek. So Tarek's not going to have the upper hand. Ashe immediately going after these guys. Dragon at half health. And these guys are probably going to go back. Defensive stun up from Veigar. So these guys can push back through here. Amumu going for the stun, and he's going to miss it. And this is going to give the blue team a great opportunity to attempt to go for this Dragon now, as we're seeing them back out here. So these guys are going to have to double back around, come back, and basically hope that they can defend it. So... yep, all five of them are now here at Dragon, and these guys are possibly going to be able to get it. I don't see what's really going to stop them here. 5v3 is the situation we're looking at right now. Cho'Gath playing towards the back and scouting for him. And we're just going to see him use that silence over and over and over again to keep them from getting any kind of jump on initiation. Blitzcrank coming from the side here, and now he's separated from this team. He goes into the bush. These guys have gotten Dragon, and now they are out. Ezreal never was able to migrate from the top fast enough to get down to do anything. But no, he's getting caught here as he does get stunned, knocked up, headbutt, and he's getting pushed back, and then eaten, rah, blah, blah, rah, rah, as we see Cho'Gath just devouring him there. So the score is 4-3 right now in favor of the purple team. Only person to die is Ezreal, who again is 0-4, and the reason he's 0-4 is because he died to the tower too. So, Chaos about 30 CS ahead of what Veigar's at right now. Blitzcrank's sitting at 62, so he's gathered quite a bit as well. Ezreal with 60, so these guys are doing a great job picking up that farm. Tarek's obviously going to be the lightest one on the team, as well as Zillion over here. They're both champions that aren't going to have to pick up too much farm. Alistar as well, so these guys are there. That's what you expect to see. Warwick at 58 right now, so they're doing a good job maintaining their CS. So if I can get an opportunity, let's I haven't talked about Cho'Gath's side. Let's look at what he's picked up already. So we started out with that Doran's Ring. He's now built up a good set of Mercury Treads and a Heart of Gold. So he's picking up some really strong items here at the beginning that are going to allow him to survive through the majority of the fights here, as well as his passive stacks that he's going to build up from his ultimate as well. So he's now up here. Ez is just going to kind of sit back here. Poke, poke, poke. Hi, I'm Ez. I'm poking. Hi, I'm Warwick. Warwick here. Hello. What's up, guys? Oh, no. I'm ghosting. Peace out. Maybe we'll see an Ash Arrow heading up here to help him out. I wouldn't be... Nope. Nope, she doesn't have the mana. She's not going to have the mana to throw that arrow up to help him. But Cho'Gath does escape from that. And let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Alistar... maybe coming up here towards blue. Maybe he's going to come towards the middle gank, but we do see him here. He's positioning himself up here now. Alistar, even with this new patch and everything, Alistar does have a pretty good chance at diving with his ultimate. And I don't know if this... I didn't look at the patch notes on this. I don't know if this was pre-patch or post-patch. But Alistar's ult still makes him a tower diving machine here. So the top tower going down, blue team winning in towers at this point. So Alistar, we've seen him floating up through here, through the middle. And I don't know what the technical term for this role in the game is. I call it a floater. I mean, if I'm wrong, just somebody say, hey, this is what this guy's called. Obviously, because I'm still a little new to competitive League of Legends, but I'm definitely picking up on it pretty quick. But what you commonly see is the people that I refer to again as floaters, hanging up in this area, and basically just kind of sitting there and poking in and out of middle to allow their middle champion here to continue having lane control and zone out the other opposing person. Which is why we've seen Alistar floating basically from these lanes to here, and we've also seen Tarek and Blitz do the same thing, just do that floating through there. Veigar backing from middle, so Ash is going to get an opportunity for some free farm here. And now we're seeing a Mumu. Oh, we see an ulti from Ash followed up by a stun from Mumu, and that's going to pretty much end it for him there. And wow, Veigar just completely dropping him there. Oh my gosh, as you see him just instantly take Alistar down, all that damage that he put out there. So that was a good exchange, 1-for-1, but Warwick was the one that went down there. Blitz coming back around from the side. These guys are already pushed up to this middle tower. Blitz actually attempting to come from behind. I don't know what his whole goal this is, if it's just to do... Oh, we're seeing him do a knock-up, and a pull-back, and he grabs it there, but now back into the tower's range. The tower trying to finish up on these guys here, and we're seeing him just continuing to reposition himself around Ash. So Blitz just basically in and out. The rest of these guys up here, I don't know how close he is to his ultimate. Stun from Veigar. The black hole, and that's not going to be enough to do it either. Mumu getting out of the way of that. Let's go for a pull on Cho'Gath, knock up, and well, these guys are just following up on their own stuff, and now we're seeing his little mana shield come up there to protect him as he is backing. Again, we're seeing Tarek and Zillion both at the bottom lanes here. Ezreal coming back up top to gather up the rest of this farm. So he is back, and middle tower's well left open, but I mean Cho'Gath can push up there, which is what he's doing. We're seeing a Rupture and then Feral Scream, which is going to help kill the minions down, give them some health, and push back up there. And it looks like they're going to get a little bit of tower chip here. No, probably not too much. We're seeing Warwick come around from the side here, and this is not looking good as we're going to see him. He's ghosting again for the second time. And good volley there from Ash, as Ash comes up in the middle, does that volley, slows him down, and that may have been the key thing that kept Warwick from getting over there and ulting. Oh, hi, somebody's messaging me on Steam, and I'm not going to talk to him because I'm live right now. And by the way, I mean, I can do the replays like this. I can do all of this stuff live if people want to see it live. I just don't know how. I mean, I'm not getting a great response from the videos so far. I'm just going to keep doing it for a little while longer and see what response I get. So if you really like it, make sure you tell your friends. I mean, I'm putting these things out here, and I'm only getting a couple hundred views onto them, and I mean, it takes me about an hour to do each one. So I'm just hoping that stuff will pick up as stuff starts to go on. Clairvoyance going off over here to make sure that nobody's there, but Alistar was actually inside the bush. So let me go ahead and pause it, and we'll go ahead and look at CS again here. So Veigar finally reaching 105, Ash up at 131, so still about 300 and so, or 300, yes, 330 CS or so ahead there. Cho'Gath already at 107, so he's doing a good job beating out the top lane too. So it looks like Blue's winning both lanes up to this point. But the side lanes, the bottom lane seems like it was won pretty much from, Blitzcrank Tarek there. Picked up quite a bit of farm from down there. And, Deathfire Grasp, yeah, we see Veigar picking that up, so that's where a lot of his burst damage comes from. Ash counters back with a BF sword. Otherwise, pretty standard items that you would see on people up to this point. So let's go ahead and get back into the game here. And I'm kind of back to like what I'm trying to do with the LOU plays. I'm trying to tailor it to what the community wants. So they said, okay, a little more analytical stuff. Ash Arrow down middle, not hitting anybody. So I'm trying to toss out a little bit more analytical stuff for you guys. But it's still a learning process for me. As we're now seeing Tarek. Tarek's caught by all of these guys here, and he is probably going to go down. Blitzcrank pulling a Mumu away to try to help him there. Tarek with the heal on himself. Bomb from Zilean as he has 3 bars of health, and he has chosen to use his ghost to attempt to escape from here as he finally stuns him. And looks like he may, looks like he's taking some minion damage, trying to buy enough time here, hoping that he can just die to this tower and nobody's going to get the kill. And he may have done it long enough. Oh my gosh, he dies to Zilean, and I miss it because Blitzcrank teleports back. And whenever they teleport back on this replay, it takes me back to the base. Oh, and we missed it. He tried for it there, but I think Zilean got a little bit of a love tap on him. So, I don't know what Warwick's going to try to do here. I mean, the Cho'Gath's there, but so is Zilean. So these guys are possibly going to go for this dragon. And I believe it was still there by the sounds of the hits. I thought I heard enough hits. Yeah, Zillian's here kind of beating on it. Maybe exchange dragon for a top tower? No. Yes, no. So no, blue team picking up both of the dragons already early in the game. Some more global gold going towards them, especially because they have that tower here as well. But a large creep wave has pushed up top. So we're going to see these 3 guys hanging out in middle, and now they're going to go up there towards Blitzcrank. So Blitzcrank probably should be getting ready to dip out of here. I know he's trying to take this tower down and get as much as he's getting in there. Or at least let's see a CV right here. But we're not going to. He's going to exchange his life for a tower. We're now seeing Cho'Gath come here. Cho'Gath, boom. We're going to see Pharaoh Scream. He does get the tower down, and now he's running away, but Alistar's here as well. So we're going to see... Oh, as he flashes away from Alistar and goes right through that Ash Arrow. And he is going to actually escape from this as well, as he flashed away from that, and that put him into safety. Wow, that was pretty nice there. Intentional or not, I mean... he got away from that and managed to mirror these guys in towers already. So we're seeing Warwick coming after Zilean here. Tarek trying to come up with the follow-up. And he does manage to get that stun out. And Warwick's going to try to beat away at him a little bit more. A couple little bars of health. He's got his ultimate on himself. And with the bomb, he's going to try to wait. He's going to try to wait that out and possibly dive it. I don't know if he has any summoner spells up, or I know he took Smite. I don't know if he took Ghost or Flash. He took Ghost with it. But he's gonna get back there. 5-5 current score here. I mean, you guys can see that, so I guess I really don't have to update it all the time. We're now, well, it's 20 minutes, 30 seconds into the game. And there's just a quick peek at CS. If you really want to see that, you can just pause it right now on the video, and you can kind of see what that is. But we're going to get into items a little bit more as some of this action starts to die down. And I get on people. So Vagar now picking up his needlessly large rod. That's going to be his add-on. Ezreal's still with nothing really yet. Just a couple Merc Treads and a couple Doran's Blades. Warwick's picked up his Wriggles and now Spirit Visage. Cho'Gath adds a Negatron Cloak and a Giant's Belt into his inventory here. Boom Boom Blitz. Oh, yes, we can see him down here. 2 Hearts of Golden Sheen and some Merc Treads. And Tarek finally grabs that Oracle, so that's good. He's got the Oracles. Probably next thing he's going to start building into is the Aegis of Legion here. Merc Treads, 1 Doran's Ring, and he's been warding. So that's where we're at here on this. CV on to Baron. And these guys back towards middle. So we see Mumu hanging out in this bush right here. He doesn't really have the mana to do anything, but I mean, he does have blue, but it's going to take him a little... Well, I guess he may have mana. With this replay mod, yeah, he's back to mana. So, as I say, with this replay mod, it's tough to know what's going on. Stun out from GG. And now we're going to see him eat a stun and an Ash Arrow, and then an ultimate from a Mumu. Ezreal coming back down the middle, and that's going to leave Warwick and Tarek both trying to defend this. Now we're seeing Alistar pop that ultimate. You see he's trying to run away from this tower. You see the tower not doing a ton of damage while he's got his ult on. And Ezreal's continuing to poke from the side lanes here. Towers creeps are now all the way up to the tower here, and these guys are all inside here. They really just don't have the damage to take stuff down. Stun from Tarek, and we're seeing Warwick again trying just to kill somebody, and that's not going to happen. Warwick being forced out of that fight as well. Blitz is running right into them, maybe? I don't know. Possibly. Looks like he's beginning to try to set up a team fight here, and here comes everybody else around there, and all the focus now going